everything's gonna be fine. Me, myself, and wine.
Shut up!
Hey, so you think you know wine? Well, I don't think you know it as well as our three experts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, on my left, Bill Zacharkiw. And here we have Zoltan Szabo. And, of course, the beautiful and talented David Lawrason. I don't know wine. That's why I have you here. And so I can kind of prod you and poke you and make you feel bad if you're wrong. All right?
I'm sure you'll do
So
that.
let's try this. It's a red wine. I'm giving you that for nothing. There you are.
You're doing the pouring now, too?
Oh, I'm being forced.
Sean, you've come a long way.
I've come a long way. Here we are.
Thanks.
Zoltan Silky Locks, the Hungarian princess.
Okay,
That's
now,
not a thing,
dude,
he
like,
is.
you just like
That's
did
not
the
a thing he said.
you did the
What did I
dangerous
do?
pour.
Too much?
Yeah, because otherwise,
You can't tell. Oh,
well, see, look, that almost went right all over the Zoltan, and he takes his clothing seriously.
He
so I would
does,
be,
and the vortex was too great.
and you don't want to get a Transylvanian mad at you.
Well, you
Ever.
don't, because they'll stick you on they'll impale you on a spike.
This is so Chile, guys.
So
Really?
So South
I'm not
America.
so sure.
That's
Already
This
dissension.
is my tactic to put them on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Chile.
It's either Chile or Transylvania.
Yeah.
Because it does have that blood note to it.
I think it might be.
This is so Chile, guys.
Chile.
I really like the aromatics of this one. I want to drink this one.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You like
It's got the black
robust
cherry
wine?
thing going.
Black currant, but there's this really intriguing sort of rosemary herbal
note, yeah.
character that.
It's almost very Provençal, Mediterranean,
very much
right?
So, yeah,
For me, that's
where
what-
I was kind of going. But,
Yeah.
but I've had that same aroma in other places in Europe and in the New World too. So
There's alcohol in this, like it's thinning it out.
yeah.
Is this new that they put alcohol in wine?
It's the latest invention. That's why it's doing so well.
Thing. I love it. It seems to be taking off.
But high alcohol, that just confirms, my southern hemisphere.
You love saying the Southern Hemisphere.
love
This is
the
what I
Southern
learned.
It's true. Like nowhere in the northern hemisphere does it get ripe.
All right, someone has got to take a first guess here. So I'm going to go with Zoltan because he had pretty strong feelings about the Southern Hemisphere, as usual. So I thought we'll go with you first, Zoltan.
I think this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. Is it 100% Cabernet or maybe Cabernet Sauvignon blend from South America, from Chile, Maipo, young vintage, 2010. And that's it.
Price point.
Not cheap, cannot be cheap. $29.95.
$29.95. All right, David.
Okay. Well, do I get two guesses?
No.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you what just sort of train of thought here. One of my first instincts was, and maybe because I've just returned from Argentina, is that this might be a Malbec from Argentina, right next door to Chile.
Other side of the mountains, though.
Other side of the mountains, hotter area than Chile, but there are some cooler, higher elevation areas, and I tasted wines just like this when I was there. I'm going to go that route into the south of France. Grape varieties, I think there might be a fair bit of Carignan in here, with Grenache and maybe a little bit of Syrah. And specifically, I'm going to go Minervois,
Nice.
and I'm going to go, it's fairly young, 2011. And the price at about $17.95.
$17.95. Well, there's two completely different opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my first thought was Grenache, to be honest. Like, that's the first thing that hit me was like, this is Grenache. It has because it has so much alcohol, and it holds it really, really nicely. And there's very few grapes that can actually do that. And so for me, it's Grenache. Maybe Grenache-based blend, but I'll stick with Grenache as by far the dominant. I could see it could being something like a more southern Rhone, maybe Gigondas, something like that.
It's got the elegance.
It's got the elegance
Yeah.
and the finesse.
Yeah.
You know, though the herbal, they don't really necessarily have that
No,
intense
that's-
herbal
That's
quality.
the odd bit.
So for me, it's pushing further south, but I'll stick with so southern Rhone, Gigondas, 2011.
And what would you pay for a bottle of wine?
I think it's around $30.
3 men, 3 mouths, 2 regions. Who's right? No one knows until I tell them. And I'm about to. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, This is interesting. Let's open up this little bag and find out who is correct. Well, Chile, the old Southern Hemisphere, finally
Yeah, bravo,
comes
man.
back
You did
to
it.
haunt us.
It
Now,
smells
This is
Chile.
Carmenere?
It smells Chile.
Well, it's,
yeah.
there's a
Carmenere.
great enough note, I suppose, but
from the region of Rappel,
Crazy.
right, $12.95.
Oh my
$12.95.
God. Oh my God.
Can you believe it?
It's bloody good wine for $12.95.
Well,
Ultimate
you
embarrassment.
can still find bargains, I guess.
Still
out of Chile.
Dave,
smells
we should
like
be
Chile.
flogged.
That
Yeah.
immediately.
I
We
know.
should be flogged.
yeah.
No, well, you both got 1 point.
Yeah.
Don't be too hard on yourselves.
Hey, we get to go home.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
thing is, Zoltan only got 3,
What?
really, but
Oh,
he didn't.
No, he should get more than 3.
Yeah, I would give him. I would give him.
I would
Yeah.
give him 4.
I would,
Yeah, I would
yeah.
give
I mean, Carmenere and Cabernet Sauvignon are really the great varieties. I mean, there's got to be a bit more potency here.
Well, you know,
I can't believe this is Carmenere.
Yeah.
Zoltan, you feel vindicated that you have a Chile?
I stuck to my, I wouldn't want to change it from the get. I said it is from Chile, then I just went with it.
You gotta stay
just
with
like
what
I
you
did in the
believe.
previous things, even if I was dead wrong.
So that's it. Stay with your gut, even though it's
stay with
killing you.
my, even if it's killing me, stay with my first instinct.
That's great. Well, so Zoltan takes this round. It's exciting. 3, 1 and 1. Fellas, too bad.
Yeah.
But still, you've had better days, and may you will live to fight again, let's hope.
We hope.
So,
We hope.
ladies and gentlemen, this is So You Think You Know Wine. Maybe people do, but often they make little mistakes.
Me, myself, and wine. Ooh, me, myself, and wine. Ooh, me, myself, and wine.